Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, the John Cena WWE Tease that you probably missed.
Another injury from Backlash to tell you about.
Why TNA Banned Blood.
And rest in peace, Sabu is an absolute legend. I'm Adam Wilborn.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one to aggregate because he's got a lot of quotes and they rule.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back. This is the news.
And if you're wondering why we're not leading off with Sabu, we did a video on him last night. You can check that out. It's on the channel right now. Thought it should stand on its own as a story rather than, going from that to booking decisions explained or whatever. But yeah, check out the Sabu video I recorded last night. We're going to go over some nonsense at the end here. Because one of the things that people have been doing is revisiting some of his funny quotes and stuff, and he's got a lot of them, to be fair. So we'll talk about that later. But yes, let's talk about John Cena and the big WWE tease that he dropped at Backlash, where of course he won. He beat Randy Orton. He didn't win Randy Orton. That'd be a hell of a prize. But he beat Randy Orton after a bunch of shenanigans and kerfuffle, I called it on Sunday. Interferences, ref bumps, R-Truth, all of that. Belt shots.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. It's all good stuff. As I always personally say.
Yeah.
But after the match, even though he spent much of the post-match gloating, he did tease that maybe he's feeling a bit remorseful about selling his soul. Maybe wishing he kept the receipt. That he's going to go back to the Dwayner and go, "Hello, Dwayner, give me back my soul."
No refunds. Sorry.
Give me back my son. Mel Gibson.
Yes.
Famous. Right. But yes, so afterwards, while the crowd, he was like, I'm a heel, I won, I'm evil, blah, 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 blah. The crowd started chanting, "We thank you, Cena," as he stood in the ring, and he looked a little bit disappointed. He looked a little bit forlorn, a little bit emotional.
It is weird for a farewell tour to everyone be like, "Thank you so much for an incredible career," and then be like, "Screw you."
Yeah. Thank you for ruining wrestling and ending my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looked a bit disappointed. He looked a bit forlorn. You can see it in the thumbnail. You can see it in the images we've had on right now as well. He lingered for a little while. He was like, "Oh, I'm a sad panda," and then he decided to walk off really slowly. He wasn't all cocky and animated and fired up and all of that stuff. It was like he was planting the seeds for a baby face turn. Now, he did also show a bit of remorse during the press conference. He came out and he was like, "All right, I was a dick before. I'm going to answer your questions." Then R-Truth annoyed him and he put him through a table. Spoke about that a little bit yesterday as well. But yeah, it does sound like the face turn is on already. I don't know. I'll let you unpack this because I think you might be a bit more positive about it than I am.
I'm not, hugely high on the heel John Cena character. It was an incredible turn, obviously, Elimination Chamber, and it's played out as we anticipated with him taking the world title from Cody Rhodes and subsequently defending against Randy Orton. Yeah. But I think long term, we all expected him to return to being a babyface. He's better as a babyface at the end of the day, as this has demonstrated. He's just sort of really playing heel and doing the right things that a heel should do and saying the right things, but it doesn't really work for a 25-year babyface to be doing that sort of thing. So yeah, long term, we always anticipated the babyface turn was going to happen. When will it happen? I assume they want to try and get him turned by SummerSlam at the absolute latest. So you can appreciate those final months. I mean, is the title still going to be on him then? Probably not. It does feel like a bit of an albatross around the neck of WWE this right now. We kind of still have to have John Cena wrestle for our big world title. Get it on CM Punk, and let's get on with this.
Yeah. The reason I'm a little bit more down on it is that it feels like a speed run. It feels like it feels like he turned heel 5 minutes ago, and already we are moving to the face turn. So while we said this several times last week, do you think that the face turn was inevitable? Doing it after 2-3 months is just a bit like, and I appreciate we've only got the guy for a year, right? So that does condense the time you can do it, but it's not exactly
20-something odd dates now.
Yeah, something like that. I'm sure he'll have his countdown the next time he appears. It does feel a bit like we're just kind of rushing it. And if the crowds are already chanting "Thank you, Cena" and stuff, it's like, well, maybe we shouldn't have done this in the first place.
I'm glad that they tried it, because I think it's would have been one of those questions that we'd always would have asked if he had remained a babyface the entire time. And I'm glad we got what happened at Elimination Chamber at the end of the day.
Don't get me wrong, that angle is an all-timer.
Yeah.
It is great.
But I think now, if you're saying do we want to do this by Survivor Series or by SummerSlam? I'd do it earlier, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame that now the John Cena heel turn that we all wanted for like 30 years or 20 years or whatever, it's going to be like a thing that he laughs about in Tonight Show interviews. They go, remember that time? Rather than this genuine like paradigm shift or whatever. Maybe it's because he's like kind of old and kind of cooked.
Yeah, I don't think I think right now, no matter how people may want to rewrite this in years to come, I just don't think he's really got it in him.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm glad we got to try it to know, oh yeah, if that happened in like 2010, it would have still sucked.
Yeah, you never know. You never know with these things. But let us know down below. You still fired up for the Cena? I think some of the promos and the angles have been good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like to view his lines on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Talking about his failed drug tests and stuff like that. I was like, ooh, going there, are we?
He's always got lines. John Cena. As in for promos.
Actually,
not for the thing he was talking about.
Am I allowed a very brief rant on what happened on SmackDown? I know it's a long time ago. You know the whole like, Randy Orton's attacked John Cena. AA. Oh no, actually, there's Randy Orton. Do you know who that was? Do you see who that was?
I didn't see who that was.
I read online. This might not be true. I read online it was Sean Spears as the sort of fake Randy Orton, which is fine. You know, Sean Spears, very trusted person within this. I was like, so you needed someone from NXT to pretend to be Randy Orton. Miles Bourne's right there. Like, come on.
Yeah. Also, I didn't quite look as big as Sean Spears. That's interesting.
I don't know if that's true. I just read it online. Someone could have just made it up.
Yeah, he's a tall dude. When the guy came out, I was like, that's clearly smaller than Randy.
Actually, my sources have just told me who it was. It was Omos.
Finally back on TV.
Shout out to Omos. Legend.
Finally, friend of the show.
Right, let's continue talking about Backlash, though. And unfortunately, another injury that's come off the back of that fatal four-way match. It was the champion who retained Jacob Fatu with the help of his new best friend, Jeff Cobb. Oh, cool. Everyone's going to die. LA Knight, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. You were talking yesterday about Drew's concussion.
Yes.
Get well soon to Drew. And Damian Priest suffered as well. He's got a wobbly tooth.
A wobbly tooth.
Yeah, and all of his baby teeth have fallen out. I've done my research. According to Fightful, Damian Priest, sorry to make light of this, it probably sucks. And anyone who's had any sort of mouth issues knows, it really sucks.
It's not good.
Damian Priest had a dental injury, according to Fightful, during the match. He didn't seem thrilled with it, but we aren't sure as to what extent this is going to affect him. Triple H at the presser said Priest has a tooth he's hoping will stay inside of his head for a couple of days and get solid again. I assume this is like... So whenever I have like dental issues, and I'm British, make your jokes in the comments, right? I normally think, oh, cool, this is the end of the world. I just have to have all my teeth ripped out. I've got a slight toothache because I like eating sweets before I go to bed.
I'm going to look like Jaws from bloody James Bond, yeah.
I assume this is more a regular thing if you're in the fight business because you get punched in the face quite a lot.
Yeah, it probably happens all the time. I like the line in the Fightful report about how he wasn't too pleased about it. Imagine, I'm delighted I got a tooth
loose. I'm not sleeping through the night.
Yeah, what's going on? So... I no word on when this happened. I know the Drew concussion apparently happened when they did the South of Heaven off the pile of stuff into the pile of stuff.
Makes sense, yeah.
Which adds up because Drew's head hit the floor pretty.
And I thought I saw maybe blood out of Damian Priest's mouth, so maybe it happened then, or maybe it happened before then.
Maybe. So hey, I don't know, knocked loose, mother effer. You have to say mother effer after you say knocked loose. If you know, you know. I don't know how these things work. Like,
I thought if you had a wobbly tooth, it was game over.
Yeah, so did I. Like, you can't exactly insert more gums, can you?
Give him veneers, take him to Turkey, give him a whole new set of teeth, like, just turkey teeth, basically.
Come back brighter than these studio lights,
Yeah, purple entrance like he has. Oh, Damian Priest fire.
Opens his mouth.
They smile and the whole arena lights up.
Give him LEDs on his teeth. Yeah. Why not? Imagine that opens his mouth. There's purple lasers everywhere. Why not? That would blind his opponents. Sounds effective to me.
God, yeah.
Probably get DQ'd for that.
Would you ever get the old veneers? It sounds horrible. The
I'm
good. To get them.
I'm good.
I'll stick with my crooked yellow teeth. Thank you very much.
Me too, baby. That whole process of like filing them down.
A friend of mine did it. Still sounds awful.
No, it sounds horrendous. I'm sure they look great, and I'm sure it's great afterwards. But the process,
no.
I'll
just get some Tip-X. It'll be fine.
Yeah, Same thing, just stick little blocks of chalk in there. Why not? Imagine that. No.
Yeah, this is the disconnect for our American audience because all their teeth is immaculate.
Yeah, shout outs to Damian Priest's tooth. I hope it repairs itself. I
didn't even know that was capable of doing that, but yeah.
Surely the tooth, if she can take your tooth and give you a $5 for it or whatever.
So what it is now? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Probably.
I declare bankruptcy.
It's probably an NFT these days. You go, here's your
teeth.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about blood.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about TNA Banning Blood. Right, so, I mean, the blood went out with a bang last week. Oh my God. I don't know if you saw any of the images or the match itself. Steve Macklin versus Eric Young. My goodness, did they bleed.
We're going to use all of our blood budget in one match.
Boom! It was like a heroic farewell. You were sending it off with the most bloody match. I thought it rocked personally.
Ta-ta and farewell.
There you go. So shout outs to those guys, Steve Macklin and Eric Young. They went hard. Fair play. But there's some reporting last week from PW Insider that TNA had banned the use of blood. They felt like they were going a bit overboard. This is an update from Fightful. The reason behind it is that TNA felt they were going a bit overboard with it and said that they want it to mean more when they decide that it'll eventually happen again. On top of this, John Alba from Sports Illustrated has said that TNA have apparently been shopping Impact's broadcasting rights.
Yeah, makes sense.
Around a little bit. And he said that eliminating blood could be a reaction to help it make more broadcast friendly.
Yeah, it's the same report every time every company does this, isn't it? It's either one of two things, or in this case, both. Number one, we're taking it to advertisers and they're going, why is everyone pissing blood everywhere on your show? I don't think that's going to help us get, advertising from Cabbage Patch dolls or whatever.
You never know. Cabbage Patch Kids go hardcore.
Are they big in 2025? I don't know.
What's a kid's toy these days?
Tamagotchi? Yeah, that's still there.
NF Tamagotchi?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Honestly, if you're of a younger age, you don't know the stress of owning a Tamagotchi back in the day.
Yeah, we just die and stuff, man. And then you wake up and it done poops all over the place. Ridiculous.
But yeah, so they're shopping around and they're trying to make it more consumer friendly, let's say.
Yeah.
And every company, seemingly separately and of their own, as the dinosaur makes its morning yell in the WhatCulture office, seemingly every company has to go through this experience of just like, yeah, blood! There's blood everywhere! Wait a second, doesn't mean as much. Right, let's hold back on it. Like AEW did it a while back, WWE seemingly has done it as well, TNA now following suit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of quite... That dinosaur will not
shut up!
It's not listening.
Right.
AEW quite quietly...
Calling, what's his name, Richard Attenborough. Who's it one?
Big
yeah, Richard Attenborough, he owned Jurassic Park,
Dick
didn't he?
Attenborough, that's him. That's what they call him.
Shut him up.
There you go. AEW is quietly dialed back on it on TV. Like the days of Jon Moxley just bleeding every week for the sake of it are gone. I do agree.
Jon Moxley's cutting a promo. Whoa, why is he busted open?
Yeah, what happened here? Hi guys. Poof. Just blades immediately. I do agree that holding off on it makes it feel more special when you actually do it. But I also think it is good that there are products that use it more. There should be variety and there should be differences. Like not every company should do things the exact same way. I think it's personally good that AEW, for example, is a company where more extreme levels of violence can happen because it differentiates itself from WWE and from TNA. But also, like if I'm TNA and I'm shopping it around, of course, like I want to, clean it up a little bit. But I do agree with them that if you hold off on it, it does make it feel more. You don't want to be doing it every week or like even every.
No one's following that match last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone else has probably said, "I'm not doing blood in my match." After that.
Maybe it was a refusal. They were like, "Nope." Big Steve Macklin and Eric Young were like, "Hey, sorry guys." Who knows? But yeah, they killed it. They did that. I mean, clearly the edict between them two was let's just have a bloodbath. Yeah. And they did it, so shouts.
But it does make it mean more when you hold off on it, which is why, as of yet, neither of us have been busted open doing a news video. But when that happens, oh my God, can you imagine?
Oh, the pop.
This is huge. It's gonna be huge.
Wow. Oh gosh. No, I don't bleed well.
Oh no, I go all pale and faint.
Yeah.
Right, let's conclude. RIP yet again to Sabu. Genuinely go and watch Andy's brilliant tribute to the legend on yesterday's news video. I wanted to, because everyone's been talking about the stuff that he used to say, and in particular on Squared Circle, the final chapter of his book, where he gives some, and apologies to our editor in advance, I'm going to try here, but something may get through the cracks here.
Give it a go.
Because the final chapter after, Andy, is FU shout-outs.
FU shout-outs, baby.
Sabu concludes his book by saying, now to all the insecure, jealous, backstabbing, cheap, no-selling assholes I've come across, I'd like to close with some typical FU shout-outs that I crafted for you, a la Sabu Twitter style. To Kurt Angle, because I may have to wrestle you again one day. I won't hit you with a stiff FU, but maybe something just like a little underneath, more professional, like a, you sir, I could do without. To Koji Kanemoto, have I got that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's no-selling BS. F you and your no-selling BS. To Jim Ross, I say F you for treating the Sheik like trash and ripping him off. You still owe him money. Feel free to PayPal me the $150,000 or whatever it is at your early convenience, prick. To Ric Flair, and to, even though I may need him one day, Johnny the Dickhead Ace, F you both for your political BS. I would also like to add Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, and Michael Hayes to this list too, because you all really suck. But finally, to the rest of you out there that have done me wrong, and to all you trolls on the internet, F you.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, hell of a character, man. Like, we're losing recipes when it comes to guys like Sabu. I think, obviously, lots of people have been sharing matches and moments and spots and like balancing on the ropes for 5 seconds before hitting the leg drop through the table and barbed wire and all this stuff.
Hitting on John Cena, like my brain broke when I saw him do that.
Yeah,
Overall.
the early stages of his WWE run are actually pretty rocking. But he's a weird fit, obviously, in WWE.
Yeah.
Especially when he was, in the 90s and stuff like that. But like one of my favorite things actually has just been people just sharing his funny tweets and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see the one where he quote tweeted someone and he said I love women. Ask my 2 wives, ask my mom. Nobody loves women more than me. And then he replied to his own tweet saying tits.
There was one I saw. I think I saw this one yesterday. Where a wrestler, and for some reason I want to say, I don't know, I'm not going to take a stab at who it was. I can't remember. Basically tweeted like, well, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from social media, guys, but I'll be back nearer the time for my next match. And he just said like, go on then, F off.
Yeah. No filter. No filter at
great.
all. True original. If you want to,
it's a nice thing. Genuinely, it's it's obviously devastating that we've lost him so recently to his last match. But it is nice that he got to sign off on his terms, isn't it?
Yeah, and he went out as Sabu as well. He didn't go and just work like a toned down match or anything like that, for better or for worse. But yeah, like for more on Sabu, you can check the video that's on your screen right now. Talk his career, talk his legacy, all that stuff. 60 years old is no age really, and thoughts and best wishes go out to his friends, his family, and anyone else who was close to him. Hopefully they're in a decent enough place to handle the loss. But yeah, thank you. We'll be back a bit later on. Check out the Sabu video here. We got some wild stuff in the second video, so enjoy that.
Bye.